Wonderful. Hi everyone, I'm Natasha, and the one thing that I really love about making things is that you absolutely are guaranteed to learn something, and what I want to share with you today is my journey and the lessons that I've learned trying to invite more girls into the maker movement. So when I was a kid, I loved making things, but I loved making things with paper and glitter and clay and craft supplies. I thought that computers looked really cool, but no one ever really offered me the opportunity to build one. So then I started doing maker fairs with some friends and attending maker fair. And this is what maker fair looks like to me. Really cool tech, but like in a shell of kind of manly stuff. So I decided to do a project for maker fair that would make an 8-year-old girl like me want to participate in it. And this was the criteria. So first, so it would be crafty and expressive. It would be unique to each maker. It would be simple so you could build it with no experience. It would be inexpensive so that it was accessible by even people with little money. I'm talking too fast because I'm nervous. It would be fun and quick, 5-minute project, get you something great. It would be shareable, so you are proud to share it and show it off to your friends on social media, and that it would combine craft and tech, so you would have a first experience building technology with craft. And this is what I came up with. A series of paper flowers that could be stacked, mixed, and matched to design your own unique thing, and then worn as a pin. And I'm wearing one today. So then I thought, wait, would boys want to do this? Am I excluding the boys in the audience? I want every boy to also want to come make with me too. I don't want to do like the reverse problem. So then I came up with bow ties. So a play on formal wear. So we have the girls with some flowers maybe, the boys would want some bow ties. I thought this was going to be a great project. So I decided to take it back to Maker Faire, and it was awesome. So I had a line of people around my booth. Everyone was making, everyone was taking selfies. It was a great time. I had friends helping me, and we made, I think, 400 projects and ran out of them. So I said, this is great. I'm going to try to do this as often with as many makers as possible. So I did 2 Kickstarters to make as many of these little paper pieces as possible. One for the flowers and one for the bow ties. And then I booked every event that I could across the nation to go do this with as many kids as needed. So I got the chance to build this project with kids in cities all over. I even had the chance to pitch the project on a national TV show and do it with some kids there. So I learned a lot about having thousands of interactions with first-time makers. One thing I really noticed was that I was a little bit wrong about the bow tie for boys and flowers for a girl thing, right? So I thought, yeah, maybe a few people would go the less traditional route, I guess, with a bow tie for girls and a bow tie for boys, flower for girls. So I made a commitment to ask every kid, hey, would you like to make a bow tie or a flower? Every single kid exactly the same way. And what ended up happening was about 30% of the kids who chose the non-traditional thing, I noticed the parents standing behind them would second guess them. Some of them would suggest the opposite. And that was universal across the US. So it was an interesting thing to watch that happen. I also learned about my own bias. When I would say to a very feminine looking girl, I would say, would you like a bow or a flower? I left off the tie. And that, I think, was my own bias coming out unconsciously, accidentally. I don't mean it, but it's interesting to be aware. So let me share with you what's working. Ooh, and that slide is a little messed up. But the 3 things that are working are I made something that was a simple project that had a choosable outcome. So every kid could participate, but make it their own. And we're going a little faster. But the second thing was that I would be aware of, sorry. It's good to be aware of your own biases, something to learn, and with a project like that, you'd be able to make something that allows both boys and girls and all makers to create without boundaries. So thank you.
All right, thank you to all of our speakers. Thank you, Wolves. We're now going to take a break until 11 o'clock when we'll have the sustainable talks. Come on.
Of course.
But we're filming.
Oh, so you got the audio for
Oh, yeah, sure.